I should channel Shannon. Speak much slower and calmer as I give the evaluation of Liz ones. First off, Liz, this was a very well-organized speech. Lester made fun of the simplicity of the speech title, but it was about clear communication. And Lessons in Communication was a very clear title. I don't know if I can do this. It's really hard. I'm running out of time before I get to it. I'm going to go back to Shannon. But yes, someday I will be able to channel the whole way through it. I really like that Liz chose a very different way to talk about the communication styles. So this is something that all of us are going to be doing in Pathways, and you might end up hearing about communication styles about 27 times. So I'm really glad that she used a very creative way to talk about communication. That was very, very interesting. And so remember when you're doing these different speeches, try and be more creative, because you know that you've probably heard a few of them a few times, so you can be creative when you're looking at the Pathways. I really like the beginning. So Liz came up, she paused. I think we were all waiting to see what she was going to say. And then she just said, communication. Right? And it just got our attention, especially wondering what was she going to talk about. Then she went through all the different communication styles. So we had talking, we had what else? Communication styles, no one. Reading, the TV, using body language, all these different ways that we can communicate. And then involving the audience to participate. So asking who wants to be a better communicator. Right? Almost everyone in the room, that's why we're here, obviously. And then who wants to learn more about it? And then everyone raised their hands, which introduced what she was going to talk about, which were two really important lessons in communication. I love the examples of using Toby, the 2-year-old. That was excellent. That was very, very interesting. So personal stories always help, and this was a perfect example of that. So Toby and then her husband Matt talking about the second lesson that we had. So what was the first lesson? Does anyone remember? First lesson? Know your audience. Know your audience. Very, very good. Second lesson? Before being understood. Very, very good. Okay, so I'm running out of time. So the only improvement I would say is in the know your audience area, might want to explain what linear thinking is. Because personally, as a native English speaker, I probably only learned what linear thinking was maybe about a few years ago. So something like that. So just using, sometimes if we use different language, so explaining it a bit in simpler language. Also timing, we still had over a minute left, but as Liz told me that she was only prepared this speech probably in about 5 days. So it was an incredibly impressive speech to have prepared in 5 days. So she could have added a few more examples because we didn't have the time, but overall it was an excellent speech. I learned a lot, I enjoyed it, and Liz is always a wonderful speaker here.